Welcome to Stellaris Cinema, where family drama is taken to a whole new level. Ever wondered what happens when family bonds break over a sandwich, a simple comment, or maybe just a bad day? Well, buckle up, because today we're diving into the wildest Reddit family outbursts that will have you laughing, cringing, and maybe even questioning your own family dinner. Am I the jerk for telling my 24 male girlfriend, 25 female, she's penny pinching me after losing her job? 1.5 years ago, I got a new grad job out of state, and my girlfriend moved with me. It is an HCOL area, and our apartment is $2,000 a month. For the first year, she worked part-time to nurture her mental health. She paid Mr. $150 in rent. For the next half of the year, she worked full-time, paying $800 in rent and splitting utilities. Last month, she was laid off from her job. She had the money saved up from the whole month of work to pay rent, but she didn't, and I didn't say anything. I paid all of our rent and utilities for January, and will continue to do so moving forward. She has been on vacation for 2 weeks, and I realized our pet cat was running low on food. To hold her over before buying in bulk online, I bought a small $8 package of food. I asked my GF to pay half, and she refused, saying I need to take responsibility for my own mistake. This is where I started fuming. I told her she needs to think twice before penny pinching me on little mistakes, when she literally suddenly stopped contributing like $1,000 to our shared bills. She said, "My dad says you should be paying all of the rent anyways," and said that she has to penny pinch because she doesn't have a job. I just try to put myself in her shoes. Imagining I lost my job and my partner were paying the entirety of rent and utilities, I would be overly grateful and would help anywhere I can. Am I overreacting about just a few dollars like an asshole? Or is she out of line telling me to take accountability like that? Am I the jerk for threatening my dad that I will live with my mom full-time if my stepmom doesn't stop bashing her parenting skills? I, 15 male, have been alternating weeks between my parents' homes basically my whole life. They split up when I was a baby and have both remarried since. I've been happy for the most part. I love my stepdad and my siblings. I have some on both sides. My only issue has been my stepmom. To be honest, I wouldn't say I've had any real issues in the past. I do find her more annoying with more strict rules than what I have at my mom's house. She's a vice principal, very serious, but recently she has been taking shots at my dad, and it's about my mom and stepdad, which might have always been a thing, but now that I'm older, she is just doing it more in front of me. Saying things like, she doesn't take my education seriously, she's never grown up. They flaunt their money in front of her, and my dad, they spoil me. They let me get away with everything. I honestly don't even know where she comes up with this. My dad doesn't really say anything, agrees occasionally, but it's been making me angrier and angrier. Obviously, I would never admit it to my dad, but I do love my mom more. She is like the most awesome and important person to me, and hearing my stepmom say crap just made me boil over. I finally broke and yelled at her after she blamed my mom for me getting a poor mark on an exam. I told her to shut her mouth about my mom, and that if she said one more word, I would pack a bag and stay with my mom permanently. My dad flipped and yelled at me to apologize, but I told him if he didn't make her apologize, that I was leaving. He said my mom would never allow it, and I made the mistake of saying we talked about it before. He then called my mom and started a fight with her, thinking she put me up to this. I couldn't handle it, so I left the house and called my stepdad to come get me. I've been at my mom's, but my dad's been texting and calling every day, jumping from begging me to come home, apologizing, to getting into fights with my mom and stepdad. I feel like a jerk for causing a huge fight between my families. So I have spoken with my mom about it, and it probably made me more mad at the situation. She didn't have a bad word to say about my dad or my stepmom. I told her what they were saying about her, and she apologized to me, saying she loves me, that she's sorry I had to be a part of those conversations, that she has big shoulders and can take the criticism, and will make it clear to my dad and stepmom that if they have concerns that they can address it with her and my stepdad, and to leave me out of it. That she would love to have me full-time, but doesn't want me to make a decision to not see my dad and my other siblings, who I do miss, because of my stepmom. I told her I can't stand the way they talk about her, and she didn't really say anything, just kind of started crying, saying I had a big heart and that she loved me. She told me she will deal with my dad, and to let her know when I'm ready to talk to him about the situation. Am I the jerk for refusing to give my brother my mom's wedding ring? My brother and I are the only siblings in my family, so when my mother was terminal with cancer, she sat us both down to give us each some jewelry that meant something to her. I got her wedding ring that once belonged to her mother, my grandmother. I was to pass it down to my daughter. My brother got a necklace to be passed down to his daughter. Years later, my brother asked if we could trade the pieces so he could give it to his soon-to-be fiancé. I said no. Mom would want me to hold on to it for when my daughter gets married. After going back and forth with him, he made the choice to stop communication with me. He is getting married and did not invite me to his wedding. When I tried to call him, his fiancé told me that it would be best to not call anymore, and that my brother was really hurt. Am I the jerk? Am I the jerk for asking my family to explain suspicious financial decisions that led to my grandparents' foreclosure? In 2000, my grandparents sold their home and bought a condo, but instead of the deed being in their names, it was quick deeded to the husbands of two of their children, my uncles. Over the next few years, the uncles took out several mortgages against the condo, none of which my grandparents were aware of or benefited from, as far as I know. In 2006, the uncles quick deeded the property back to my grandparents, who then took out a reverse mortgage. The proceeds from the reverse mortgage were used to pay off the last mortgage my uncles had taken out. Now, years later, my grandparents have passed, and we are in foreclosure proceedings due to the reverse mortgage not being paid off. When I found out all of this, I asked my family what happened and why the property was handled this way. My goal was to understand how this all came about, but now everyone in the family is upset with me. They claim they don't remember or are acting like I'm causing unnecessary drama by asking. Some have even accused me of stirring up trouble for no reason. I feel like I'm being gaslit just for asking for an explanation about something that directly affects the entire family. Am I the jerk for pressing my family to explain these decisions, or should I just drop it? Am I the jerk for beating my 25 male girlfriends, 24 female, dad, 51 male, in a hot dog eating contest? Come back for story 5. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment to let me know other topics I should do a Reddit deep dive into. Also, did you guys enjoy the longer video style? Let me know. And as always, have a great day.